I'm dying to build a pond. A few months back, my pond had some problems. I lost all my fish, and it was due to some winter things. And you can see the video to that here. I decided, since I have no fish, it's a blank slate, I'm gonna tear some things apart and we're gonna do some renovations on it, which should be really cool. I'm thinking we're gonna tear the whole edge apart, probably even reduce some waterfalls, add some more waterfalls. Maybe not, but we're gonna build a pond today still, but not here. Here in Jupiter, Florida.
There goes a sight from my soul. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
What's up, guys? Today we are having an adventure on this vlog. We're meeting up with three really special people here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Fort Lauderdale. A hard time with that. And here they are.
There's my roommate.
We got Greg. He's got a YouTube channel called The Pond Fella, right? Brian Helfrich and Chris Hansen. All right, let's get on the road and we'll talk more. All right, so Greg, we are here in Fort Lauderdale.
At a fancy restaurant.
I do the editing, so I can just cut all this stuff out.
Yep, we're here to work on Paul Cuffaro's pond.
So who's Paul Cuffaro?
We met Paul when we were down here working on Camp Kennan's project, and I had seen...
Are you gonna do that the whole time? We gotta start over.
And this is the first day. Thank God we only have 3 days. 3 days. Paul Cuffaro is a 17-year-old guy that built his own pond for his fishing hobby, which he puts a big giant bass in there named Thump. I saw it on YouTube, thought it was interesting, reached out to him, never heard a thing back, was building a water feature for Camp Kennan Harkin, and I met a guy at Kennan's house that actually knew Paul and said, I'll give you his phone number, and I called him up. We were gonna get together with him that night, ended up meeting him on the way to the airport, checked out his backyard, and I told him I was going out to Logan Paul's that next week. I got on a plane, flew home, and when I landed, one of the first texts I got was from Paul saying, can I join you? And I thought, I like this kid's cojones that he actually reaches out to me, a 17-year-old kid saying, and I thought, so I called his mother on FaceTime. I said, hey, I'm a normal dude, but your son wants to come with me. So 2 days later, we met in LA, and we spent 8 days traveling around LA visiting certified aquatic contractors.
I literally have to have, do you stop to breathe at any point during these things? For Christ's sake, I gotta edit something. So the long and short of it is Paul Cuffaro is a 17-year-old YouTuber. He did fishing videos and now he's into ponds, right?
Yeah, he did a pond, he recorded it, and when he came to Chicago, Brian designed a backyard water feature that we're gonna build tomorrow.
So Brian, myself, Chris, and well, Greg could be watching. He's not gonna Greg will be there doing his vlog thing, which is, you should check that out. Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. It's a really awesome channel. What's cool for me about what Greg is doing is he's showcasing all these different certified aquascape contractors that are building water features around the country. You're traveling like a madman.
It's fun. It's hard, but it's fun. I love seeing the work. We'll be out we couldn't come in June because you're on vacation,
yeah.
So July or August.
So Greg's doing like a whole 3-week expose on just me. September. But we're super excited, so let's go build a pond. Okay, day 2. We are at the Home Depot. We stopped by Paul's house last night after dinner, and we looked at the scenario. We got to grab a bunch of plumbing and some other stuff to make this pond happen because we have 1 day. Go. We're heading over to Paul's house now. We've got everything we need now, Brian, right?
Check.
Okay, we're gonna get done today.
Check. Beautiful day. 70s. Sunshine, Florida, love it.
We went to bed at 1. Feels super energetic.
And I had the room with Greg last night.
And you snored.
He had to finally tell you to shut up.
Yeah, no, Greg. So Greg puts on like ocean sounds. Can I put on some background noise? It's literally at like decibel 98 in there. Yeah, I had to wear earplugs.
I asked you.
It's it's rainforest with all of its animals.
Background noise is like, you know, just soothing sounds. It was really out of control.
Let's go, Paulie.
All right, so we're here with Paul Cuffaro. Paul, you're 17 years old?
Yes, yeah.
Big YouTube guy. Started with fishing, and now you're into ponds. And
All I do, yeah.
so I've watched a bunch of your videos, and you hooked up with Greg out in LA. So we're at Paul's house now. We're going to install a new pond. You already had a pond here before. And
There was a pond there before. I took everything out, dug it up, and kind of got it started for us. Yeah.
How long ago did you put the first water feature in? Hey.
First water feature I ever had, I'd say like 2 years ago.
Okay.
2 or 3 years ago.
How much bigger is this one than the one you had?
The first one I had was just that right there. Probably just from like that corner across that. It was very small.
And more importantly, the home for Thump.
That was, yeah,
Right?
just him, yeah. But
The
it was
big bass.
deep, yeah.
And so why are we switching this?
So I want to get koi.
Nice.
I want to get I just want to have a bigger environment, like a bigger pond to work with.
So I know you worked with Brian and Chris on the design of the pond.
Yeah.
What's the overall scope, Brian? Like, what do we want to accomplish here?
So we've got a larger pond here. I love, Paul put in this little patio over here, just like we drew in the design. The idea is to have kind of a smaller, little intimate spot for him to sit. He may even at some time do some kind of shade structure over this. That Florida heat might be a little intense sitting out here in the summer by the pond. One of my favorite parts of the whole design, though, is going to be the stepping stone bridge that comes across the stream right in here. So you'll kind of hop across the
right
rocks,
here.
come over to here where Chris is sitting at. A really nice looking natural waterfall, big berm, lots of plants. Then we got these new stacked walls, which I'm excited to use. So these are actually gonna kind of line up this area right in here. We'll do 1, 2, and then maybe a third one kind of dying back in. And then last night, which was fun, kind of a last minute design idea, is to drop that spillway bowl in right in this area here. With a neat little waterfall coming out of it.
Yeah, so what the spillway bowl will do is give us that circulation. So this is in a dead spot over here. So the water's coming in from the waterfall. It would just pretty much circulate right to the skimmer, and then we'd have a big dead area here. So we put the bowl here that's going to force that water towards the skimmer and keep this all circulating.
Yeah, just keeping everything really clean and healthy.
So the idea that when Jack and Brian were here last night, we were talking about facing the waterfall this way, dumping into a pool, then doglegging back hard towards the pond where the stepping stone path and kind of a deep leading into a deep stream. So where I'm at is where we're going to set that biofalls, which is the biological filter for this pond. With the deep stream, we wanted to give Paul the chance to have those fish be as interactive as possible, so they're going to be able to swim up that deep stream up towards the waterfall.
I think one of the neat things about that deep stream, and Greg, we've talked about this before, it's almost like a fish treadmill. Like those fish will constantly go up and then come back down, and go up and then come back down. It also creates kind of a natural spawning area.
Yeah.
Like these fish are river-dwelling fish, and they love kind of going up the stream and stuff. So when they spawn, and it's not if they spawn, but when they spawn, 100% they're going to spawn and lay their eggs all up in this area.
All right, so what time we got, boys?
I believe it's like 8:20. Yeah, 8:22.
Okay, so Brian, ETA on finishing this.
What time is it, 8:30? I think 5:47 will be done.
5:47. That's a good estimate.
8:15 tonight we'll be out here finishing, and then we'll have
Not
the kids up.
not landscape.
Oh, look at that squirrel.
No, finish is finished, Brian.
All right, Paul, so we're going to insert this MPT, which stands for male pipe thread, into this 2-inch bulkhead fitting, and then the pipe that feeds the waterfall is going to glue into the socket side of this.
Okay.
So you've got a threaded end, and then a slip or a socket end. Now this is a tapered fitting, so chances are this isn't going to thread all the way in there. Again, just like the bulkhead fitting, you're going to want to do it hand tight, and then give it a half turn with the channel locks, okay?
Okay.
You're going to apply a bead of silicone to create a watertight seal between the thread, the outside threads and the inside threads of the two fittings, okay? Makes sense so
Yes,
far?
yeah.
Lay a bead of silicone on the initial threads, not the threads all the way down here. That way you get a nice even dispersal the entire way through as you're threading this thing into the bulkhead fitting.
Looks like tar.
And it doesn't smell the greatest either. See, you're coughing. So since the skimmer's sitting on this side closest to the patio or the corner of your lanai, the plumbing itself is actually going to go on this side, right? Because the biofalls is going to face this way. So we're going to go the path of least resistance, or the shortest distance. So we're going to run that 2-inch MPT here, and then we'll plug the other side. All right, man?
Yep.
We've got our excavation ready behind me for the stacked slate walls, which are going to take over this whole space here. There'll be some cool aquatic planting on top, and there's actually a patio behind it. Brian is working on digging our last shelf. What's the maximum depth of this pond going to be?
We don't know because we don't have a laser transit yet, but I'm guessing
Greg doesn't want to
33 inches.
33 inches. So Chris is digging the skimmer right now. Brian's digging the bottom of the pond. That's going to be our final sump. And there's the patio that's existing now. We're going to work off that elevation to establish our water level.
Let's go!
So now we've got our pond excavation finished. Brian has the skimmer finishing touches happening, so that's going to be installed. We're ready for our fabric and then our liner, then we can finally start rocking this pond in.